I saw this article today, maybe it was yesterday, where and I think I shared it in our little personal group where Eric Roberts was doing an interview with one of the big publications. I don't know if it's Entertainment Weekly or whatever. And somebody was asking him about his sister or daughter, Julia Roberts and Emma Roberts. And I think they might have said something about Julia. And he
Mhm.
was saying, I'm not supposed to talk about her. He said he's not supposed to talk about it. He's like, my daughter too. He's like, I've been instructed I'm not to talk about him. And I'm like, that's kind of fucked up. He didn't make it seem like, hey, he didn't make it seem like there was any love lost or anything. He's like, oh, I love my daughter. He's like, I'm not, I'm not supposed to. They tell me I'm not supposed to. Sometimes I screw up and I do anyways. Like, but I love my daughter and I'm a biggest fan of her work. And he started talking about her a little bit. I'm like, so either his family is ashamed to be associated with the guy that starred in Sharktopus,
Oh,
or but it also almost sounds like it's more of a business thing, like, representation, like, "Hey, we don't want you associating with, Aaron Brockovich, Sharktopus, and you're this person, American Horror Story, you're in, Hotel for Dogs, oh, you're too good for, Sharktopus."
a
Uh,
specialist.
yeah, but anyway, I found it kinda weird, and it seemed like he was kind of understanding of it, so maybe it's just a business thing, and he's totally cool with it, but I don't know, man. If my dad was Eric Roberts, I don't care if I was doing different types of stuff, and I wouldn't be, like, ashamed of my dad.
No, and if I was the dad, I'd be calling out my kids, making fun of them too if they did that to me.
Eric Roberts does conventions. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, Eric Roberts to me can outact his sister or his daughter
Mhm.
circles, miles. And I think he's a real actor. And he's got like 10,000, like, go on his IMDb. I'm exaggerating, but he's got like 10,000 upcoming projects.
Yeah, and
He's a
he's been in
qual
TV, every soap
He's a
opera, he's been in
quantity
everything.
he's a quantity over quality guy, and, he doesn't care. I've sung his praises before and even recently, and he was saying like, "Look, I love to act, man. This is my job. I'm a
Mhm.
paid actor, and if I could spend every day of my life on set, I would. That is my goal. I say yes to everything." He's, like, very open about it. Like I said, he took Sharktopus because it gave him and his whole family a free trip to Bermuda, and he's like, "Hey, we can all spend a nice, week together. Why not?" So it's like I think he's great, and if that's part of the business where they're like, "Hey, you know what? He's a little lowbrow," don't acknowledge him, because for the longest time, I didn't know that was that because you always heard about Emma Roberts being Julia Roberts' niece, which they talk about
Mhm.
that. That gets
Yeah.
referenced. That's okay. And I'm like, "Well, it's gotta be Eric's kid then." And I'm like, "But they never talk about it. No one ever talks about it." It was weird. It was like this weird, bizarro world where does she have another sibling we didn't know about? No, and it is. And it's just like, it's like this naughty word, Eric Roberts. And I'm like, "Look, Eric Roberts was in Best of the Best, you motherfuckers."
Yeah, Best of the Best is amazing, dude. We
Had
we need to do a commentary on that sometime.
Absolutely, that's on the short list. He has the greatest ponytail in cinematic history and Best of the Best, and you don't want to acknowledge that or be associated with that? For shame, I would disown you. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
I think
it's
it's just
killer, man.
I just think it's gross. I just think it's disgusting, man, and maybe there's more to it, but I don't know how there could be more to it regardless of how what the circumstances got there. It's like, I'm not supposed to talk about them. They're not supposed to acknowledge me. I think it's kinda gross, man, but anyway.
Yep, that's Hollywood.